Hi everyone, welcome to AYS. My name is Joshna. So today we're going to learn Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow pose, or in some other traditions they call it Chakrasana or the wheel pose. To start this, we need to really warm up a little bit more than we do usually because it requires the whole body to be open and at the same time strong. Because we're going to use the strength of the legs, strength of the arms and back muscles. At the same time, we need to have an open front body like your chest and your quadriceps and your abdomen. So let's begin the practice with a simple warming up movement which will help us to get into Dhanurasana with so much ease. When you do the right kind of warm-up techniques, right kind of movements before you get into a practice, the posture becomes more steady, more stable and more comfortable. That's the intention of an asana practice, to be very stable and comfortable, right? So let's begin with a slight warm-up with our spine. So come on your knees. So try to keep your knees on the floor, directly below your hips, hands directly below your shoulders. Now as you inhale, you lift your chin and chest up. Open up, look up. As you exhale, you round your back, chin to your chest. We'll try to do this again. Inhale, lift your chin and chest up. As you exhale, you round your back, chin to your chest. Inhale, open your chin, open your chest, lift your chin up. Exhale, chin to your chest, draw your upper back to the sky. One more time. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round your back. Now from here, try to push into child's pose. Try and push your hips back towards your heel, dropping your head down towards the floor. As you inhale, you come back up. Exhale, suck your abdomen, push back into child's pose. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, push your hips back into child's pose. Drop your head down. Now try and lengthen your spine. So just give jerky movements, simple movements to lengthen your spine, dropping your head down. Breathe here. Your breath should be full and long. Try to breathe into your lungs and exhale completely. Now once you're comfortable there, you come back up. Let's do a small flow which will focus on opening up the chest. Now try to keep your knees together, toes tucked in, so you have a little bit more strength and your knees are slightly behind your hips, and you go with your chest between your palms, chin down. So your hips are rising up. Now inhale, you reach up in cobra. So when you try to do cobra, make sure you rotate your shoulders back, lift your chest up, keep your palms on the floor. Press the toes into the mat and exhale, push into child's pose. Let's do this couple of times. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, tuck your toes, go down, chin, chest to the floor. Inhale, push forward. Cobra, opening your chest. Exhale, push back into child's pose. Inhale and come forward. Exhale, chest down, chin down. Inhale, cobra. Slightly more higher up this time. Keep your feet together. Exhale, push back into child's pose. Good job. Now slowly come forward. Instead of touching the floor with your chest, let's try to go down as much as we can but not touch the floor. Go down and then push forward. Try to straighten your arms. It's called upward facing dog. Open your chest and look up. So when you do this, don't squeeze your shoulders to your ears. Rather, if you want, you can bend your elbows so you can know how to rotate your shoulders back and chest up. Lift your head up. Exhale, push back into downward dog this time. So in downward dog, you can keep your feet together. Try to lengthen your spine as much as you can. Drop your head down. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. one. Now if you want, you can pause the video and do a little bit more of the same flow, like knees, chest, chin closer to the floor. Don't touch the floor in Chaturanga. Upward dog and downward dog. This will really help to develop the strength in both your legs and your arms. At the same time, helps to open your chest. Whenever you're in downward dog, take a few breaths, trying to bring your body back to the present moment. And slowly drop your knees down and sit in Vajrasana. Great. So now we worked on the upper body, right? Try to open the chest. At the same time, if our quadriceps are tight, our Urdhva Dhanurasana can be a little bit difficult. So we need to start working on our quadriceps. You also have to stretch them, at the same time activate them, because you have to lift your body weight up. So let's try to first stretch the quadriceps. Try to keep your feet away, knees slightly closer to each other. If that's not comfortable, you can keep your knees hip width apart and try and see how much you can sit in. If you feel that's comfortable, bring your knees together. If you feel that's not, you keep your knees apart. So see if you can sit in. If there is any discomfort in your knee, you should not be doing this posture. Slowly come back up and try to sit here. For a few people, this might be a little too much, doing it through both your legs. So you can do one leg at a time. I'm going to show that as well. The others, you can just sit there and feel the stretch. So you just sit with one leg. And while you're here, while your left side quadricep is stretching, you can activate your right hamstring by just reaching forward, lifting your chest up. Just a little bit of a stretch before we go into a deeper posture. 3 breaths here. For people who are doing with both the legs, you can just do both legs and then stretch both your legs in Paschimottanasana and stretch for a bit. And then slowly come back. Change to the other side. Again, try to feel the left knee is nicely pressed into the floor. Reach forward. 4. So don't round your back here. Even if you're reaching forward is only this much where you can keep your back straight, I would recommend you just do until here. 3, 2, and slowly come back up and release your legs. So this is a passive stretching for your quadriceps. Now let's try to actively engage them before we go into the practice. So come up in Vajrasana, which is your feet together, toes together, feet slightly apart, knees nicely bent, and you sit here. Now as you inhale, you take your hands up, interlock your fingers, lift your hips up. As you exhale, draw your navel in, drive the movement from your thighs and go down. Let's do this a couple of times. Inhale. To add a little bit of a chest opening here, you exhale, you bend your elbows and you go down. Inhale, you come up with your arms straight, chest up. Exhale, slowly bend your elbows, go down. Do it 3 to 5 times. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale. And you can stay here for a few breaths. Feel the chest opening. 4, 3, 2, and slowly drop your hands down. The last kind of practice we're going to use is to stretch the quadriceps a little bit more than usual. And then we go up in backward bend. So lie on your abdomen. So bring your right palm with your right elbow and your right fingers parallel to the mat. Make sure you keep your legs hip width apart and try to lift your chest up and look forward. So once you get into this position, bend your back leg, just one leg at a time. Take your left arm, place it on top of your toes or your foot. Like even on your ankles you can place it, but it's better to come closer to your toes and with your fingers pointing forward. And try and press your heels down. 5, 4, deep breaths. 3, the breath is actually driving the movement. So feel the breath. And slowly drop. Change to the other side. If you don't have to push it to the floor, Do at a comfortable pace. You can, when you do this, when you're pushing it down to the floor, you already feel a nice stretch. But if it hurts your knee, you should take it easy. Always listen to your body. Don't listen to the teacher. I'm joking. You have to listen to the teacher and listen to the body, right? Now, bend your right leg as well. Now, take your right arm. Press as much as you can. So this is all according to your comfort space, right? Keep breathing. As you exhale, you can push a little bit more. You can feel the stretch. 3 more. 2. And slowly down. Good. So once we did all this, our body is kind of warmed up now. Let's try to attempt our Urdhva Dhanurasana. So from now, it's only the right technique and number of hours you invest in this practice. So let's begin our first investment here, right? So try to bring your legs with your fingers touching your heels, and you try to lie down very relaxed. I have a beautiful blue sky above me, so I'm enjoying this moment. Try to take the breath. And this should be a very enjoyable practice and also very relaxing at the same time. It should not be a struggle. So make yourself comfortable, breathe a couple of breaths. And once you're here, now first we're going to activate our toes and our foot to press into the floor. That's the technique part. So if you press that foot and toes into the floor, like pushing it away, pushing the ground away, with your knees pointing up to the sky, then you are ready for this posture. So if your knees falling apart, or if your toes are relaxed or lifting up or pointing out, then try to come and align yourself into this posture where your toes and feet is in one line, your knees pointing up. Now imagine someone is trying to push your knees together. If that is easy for someone to do that, or even for yourself, then that means you're not using enough strength. So try to imagine to press into the floor. So if someone comes to touch your legs to push it together, they cannot push it, or they try to push it away, they cannot move it away. So that much of a strength you're using to ground yourself to the mat. This is very, very important, because if you don't learn this, then going up with your arms can be a little difficult. So try to do that, and then try to press your palms into the floor. Let's do the first technique correct, lifting the hips up. So pressing your palms into the mat. Inhale, lift your hips up as much as you can. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift your hips up as much as you can. Exhale, drop. Like last time, you press your toes, activate this part of your foot into the mat, and press them nicely down and lift your hips up, and let's stay here for a few breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2. When you're in this position, you're not supposed to open your knees or drop your knees in. So it's an active engagement of your legs to the floor. There's a connection. Exhale, come down. So what we did right now is just like someone pulled you from your navel, so you lifted up. Don't push yourself back or forward. Try to just lift your hips up to the sky. Okay, so from here, once you get that part right, sorted out, you can pause the video and try it a few more times to get that kind of connection with the floor. And now we come to the palms. So with your palms, you place your palms not very close to your ears, slightly outside your ears for beginners. If you have a stiff shoulder, I would recommend this is an amazing practice. So try to find a place slightly away from the shoulder, and with your fingers pointing down. If your palms does not have this kind of an angle, you might have a wrist pain. So please make sure that your wrist is warmed up enough before you attempt the practice. And if you feel there's a lot of pain in your wrist, you should take it easy on this practice and do a lot of wrist work before you get in here. So try to feel if you can place the back of the palm into the floor, and your elbow should be squeezed to your ears. That's very, very important. If your elbows are out, you'll never be able to lift up easily into the posture. So now again, find your connection to the ground with your feet, pressing the feet in. So you see how my hips raises up, like the pelvic tilt happens. Start from that movement, and then you can straighten your arms. Now it should be a very simple, graceful movement, not a very forceful movement. So start observing yourself while you go up. Inhale and exhale or inhale, you can go up to the posture. So lifting your hips and pressing your palms, dropping your head down and pushing your body weight towards your arms. Try to press your feet into the floor. Keep lifting your pelvis up to the sky. Drop your head down. Now when you come down, bend your elbows, tuck your chin to your chest, take the back of the neck on the floor in the same place where you lifted it up, and slowly drop your hips down. And then you can release your hands. Keep your hands on your abdomen, close your eyes and breathe for a couple of breaths, and you try it again. Once you can do this with the legs open, you can try with your legs together. This is a little bit challenging for beginners, so I would not recommend this. But if you want to advance, you want a goal for this posture, I would say this is an amazing goal to keep. I'm just going to show you how. So again, you press your feet. Imagine there is something locking your thighs together. So you keep your thighs really engaged and your knees pressed together. And you're going to press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you come back down. And then you finish, keep your hands on your abdomen. Just enjoy the space. And slowly come back. So this is Urdhva Dhanurasana, or the wheel pose. Yeah, I'm already sweating. So it looks very simple and it requires a little bit of strength in your arms, openness in your shoulder, and stretching your quadriceps and strength in your legs. But don't worry if you didn't get it the first time. We will link below a practice which will help you to open your heart and chest and also get into a little bit of a strength. So practice that and come back to this. You'll be able to do the Urdhva Dhanurasana. I always have problems saying it faster. Thank you very much for watching. I love you all. Bye.